Here we go, everyone. The penultimate round of the WRC for 2024. We're ready to go with our shakedown stage of the very special CER rally, which crosses the borders of 3 countries. Thierry Neuville and Martin Vidal are our championship leaders, and with one hand potentially on the championship trophy. Could they secure that this weekend? It's going to be a big fight, that's for sure. I'm Bex Williams, ready to talk you through Shakedown. Alongside me is our rallying expert, Ivan Brynildsen, this morning. Huge weekend in prospect, Ivan. 2nd year now for the Central European Rally, which really did delight last year. And as I said, it could be a big weekend, Drivers' Championship-wise. Tanak, the only man then who can, well, not the only man who could stop Neuville, but the closest man certainly to potentially stop his teammate from getting the trophy this year. Sebastian Ogier and Elfyn Evans still in the mix there. Then we've got obviously Fourmaux in 5th position. But if Thierry Neuville manages to outscore Tanak by 2 points this weekend, that championship trophy will be heading in his direction. Big weekend, Ivan.
Yeah, definitely it's a big weekend, and there's some pressure on Neuville this weekend because he's in a position now to win the championship, and there's no room for error. Even though he got a big lead, he really needs to be there on his toes, and the guys behind him is hunting him down, and they know that they can go just flat out because they need to be ahead of Thierry in this rally.
Now, the shakedown, rather unusually this time around, not here in Germany where the Rallying Service Park base is, but in the Czech Republic, not too far away from the opening stage of the event, which is, of course, happening later on this afternoon. We have 2 stages for you later, so make sure you factor those into your Thursday itinerary. Let's hear from Thierry. Molly Pettit's at the stop control for us.
Good morning. A potential huge weekend for you coming up. A win here last year. How are you actually feeling?
Yeah, feeling good so far. I mean, we had great preparation last week with a day of test and a little rally in Austria, and everything felt good. I enjoyed a lot being back on tarmac, and hopefully, yeah, this weekend we're gonna have a enjoyable rally. There will be a lot of spectators, lots of support for sure, and we're going to try to benefit from that, enjoy it, and yeah, we're going to see where we are going.
He's just got to take it all on the chin this weekend, hasn't he? Keep cool under pressure is the objective, I'm sure. As he says, though, it is going to be a big weekend. What can Tanak and Martin Ogier do?
I think in normal Oit style, he will go flat out and try to win the rally and make sure that it will not be the decider here. It will be in Japan. And we know that he's always really good when it comes down to these deciders when you really need to be maybe a superhuman. Normally he's very good at that.
Tanak was on the podium last year as well with M Sport. He was in 3rd position overall. It was Neuville. He took the ultimate victory here in CER. But we could see some different conditions to what we saw last year. The weather's looking pretty stable at the moment across the weekend. Hopefully it's going to hold fine and dry. And that is Tanak through then with his run on Shakedown this morning, the first pass.
And I think you talk about weather, it's in Neuville's favor that it's more easy conditions, because when it's normally here or in Croatia, it's so difficult. You can do so easily mistakes.
Good morning. First of all, happy birthday for a couple of days ago. It's the penultimate round of the championship, your 2nd. What are your objectives for the weekend?
It's obviously important weekend for the both championships, so we definitely need to do our best. So.
What does this rally look like this year?
Weather-wise, definitely seems to be more consistent, but yeah, still. I guess especially the Czech ones will be very demanding. So.
Good luck.
Thank you.
Yeah, out of the 3 countries, Czech Republic, Austria and Germany, the drivers did pick out the Czech stages last year as being the most demanding, as Oit mentioned there. Sebastian Ogier now, then Vincent Landé, 4th overall at this event last year.
Yeah, he said before the rally that he's not giving up, but it's difficult now, and he's more maybe focusing on the manufacturer championship. But Sebastian Ogier, he's still he's very fast and clever. So I think it's all about for Seb as well, just to be doing his own rally and try to win the rally and see if he can put some pressure on them during the weekend.
Yeah, you know, there are 2 championships we're looking at here right now. And that is, of course, the manufacturers as well as the drivers. And it's Hyundai out front in the manufacturers right now. But Toyota halved the gap to them in Chile. So a huge weekend in both those categories. Lots to look out for across the entire weekend at CER. And of course, we will be broadcasting every single stage live this weekend, so you can keep right up to the minute with all the information.
Seb, good morning. This is a bit of a home rally for you. Tell us a bit about your focus for the weekend.
I'm enjoying it, to be honest. I think that's always the plan, to have fun in the car. The condition looks a bit more consistent than what we had last year. The weather looks nice so far, so let's hope we have a beautiful weather rally, I think, with better grip and maybe a more of a level field like condition for everybody. That's always the ingredient to make a cool race.
Yeah, certainly last year we saw the rain come in, and that did change the complexion of everything just a little out there, but it does seem to be more stable this time around. Elfyn Evans now then, and Scott Martin. Yeah, Elfyn Evans 4th in the championship. And of course last year it was that title decider that we saw here in CER. This is where Kalle Rovanperä picked up the trophy. Elfyn Evans heading off the road into a barn last year.
Parked reversed into a barn, and the championship was over for Elfyn, so hopefully this weekend will be better than last year. Even though it's dry, you can see it's quite slippy, and the tarmac is so smooth that it looks like it's some pollution on the top. So they are sliding a bit.
Still Thierry then, who carries the fastest time here through the first run of Shakedown. Elfyn Evans just 0.4 of a second behind.
Elfyn, good morning. Some tough memories from this rally last year, but are you looking forward to giving it another go?
Yeah, sure. Conditions should be a little bit different, but nonetheless challenging. So looking forward to the weekend.
How would you describe this year's event?
Well, Friday is a bit more bumpy, a bit more undulating, and then Saturday and Sunday have their own character. A lot of junctions, quite fast in between, and quite a bit more clean, I would say, than last year.
Going for the win?
Well, we always try our best to aim there, yes. Let's see how it goes.
Now, you've all been voting out there for who you think is going to take the win here this weekend. It is Sebastian Ogier, actually, who's come out with the most votes so far, with Tanak 2nd and Neuville 3rd. So Ogier taking the highest percentage of your votes this weekend. But what could this man do then? Adrian Fourmaux and Alex Correa now. He told me a few weeks ago, you know, he's keen to get, you know, a few more podiums before the end of the year, and obviously a win is the target as well. But Chile, he was really searching for that. Unfortunately, that didn't come out to play. But who knows here? You know, Fourmaux for me has been one of the standout drivers of the whole season.
And I think from the summer, just before the summer break and towards the end of the season, he was really keen to win rallies, and he's so motivated now that I will win next time, I will try again. He picked up some troubles and he keeps fighting, and his spirit now at the moment, it's good enough, I think, to actually surprise us a bit and try to, maybe he will win the rally.
It's certainly something he's aiming for. It's certainly something he is capable of. Let's find out how Adrian Fourmaux is feeling then. Will we get some fighting talk here on the first round of Shakedown? Let's find out.
There's the smile. Good morning, Adrian. It's time to tackle this rally now in the Rally 1 car. What do you think that is going to be like?
It's going to be a challenging rally. I remember last year the conditions was really crazy. Seems to be a bit different this year. The weather seems to be a bit more sunny, but still it's going to be a big challenge for everybody. And it's going to be long, definitely 2 rallies in one, with the Friday different than the Saturday and Sunday. So yeah, it's going to be interesting to follow.
That's the unique challenge of this event. That's what I love about it, is that it does offer up a couple of different rallies in one. How difficult is that for a driver, Ivan? Or is that a good motivating challenge?
It is for sure, and this rally especially, it's a difficult one because it's, first of all, it's new, like you said, it's a challenge, and we have only been there once, and the conditions last year were so different to this year. So I think it's the one doing the mindset the right way now to make the most out of it, try to be precise as possible with the pace notes and prepare yourself as much as possible when you arrive here. Some rallies, it's a home rally for everybody, like in Finland, they all know the stages so well.
Yeah.
So it's all about being prepared and just make the most out of it, no mistakes, and enjoy, like Ogier said, enjoy.
Tanak, Katsuta and Aaron Johnson then return to the championship with Toyota. They had a good result here last year, 5th position overall. We'll find out how Tanak is feeling ahead of what is set to be a pretty thrilling weekend here at the Central European Rally. Let's cross back out to the stop control then. We'll join Molly and hear from Tanak in just a few moments. 6 fastest through on the first run of Shakedown for Tanak this morning.
Tanak, good morning. It's so great to see you back after you missed Chile. How have you been? How are you feeling? And what are the plans for the weekend?
Yeah, of course. It was a bit new experience for me to skipping the one rally, but yeah, try to stronger back to hip to be here. Everything good. Test went well, so yeah. Hope weather going to be like this, and I try to enjoy and do my best to do good job for the team this weekend.
Yeah, I'm sure he will do. Missing an event, sometimes we see that with drivers who, they do get pulled, they miss events, or they miss or change cars even for a whole season, as we've seen with Fourmaux. They come back so much stronger. So hopefully that will be the case for Tanak.
Yeah, and you see it in football all the time when the coach puts somebody on the bench, they for a match or two, and they're coming back and do well. So maybe we'll see a new person of himself this rally to try to low shoulders and just enjoy.
Sami Pajari getting the ultimate opportunity again in Rally 1 machinery.
Everything happens so fast on tarmac, and even though I think for Sami with the first time with the Rally 1 on tarmac as well, everything happens so fast.
We'll get his version of events in just a few moments. It is the 2nd fastest time on the board, though, 1:08.7. As you can see, just 2/10 behind Neuville's fastest pace through there. It's a good start to the day, a day which does have competitive stages in it. Remember, 2 stages this afternoon. Keep reminding you so you don't miss them later on.
Sami, good morning. That is 2nd quickest so far on Shakedown. How would you describe this car on tarmac?
Amazing. It's just sad that it ended so fast. Like, it's so damn amazing to be on this kind of a tarmac with this car. Like, it's so fast, so much grip, so nice, like in every way. So, okay, I expect at least tomorrow to be a bit more tricky than this, but at least I have a good feeling and can't wait really.
That is a very enthusiastic response, isn't it, from Sami Pajari? That's just what we want to hear. And he's right, it is a very short shakedown. It's only just over 2 kilometers.
But I'm smiling myself. I'm
yes,
smiling.
So am I.
Just listening to him, I'm smiling.
And we welcome Andreas Mikkelsen and Torstein Eriksson back to the championship as well. It was a fantastic event for him last year in CER, but for very different reasons in the WRC2 category, winning the championship.
And I mean, this rally going to be tough for Andreas because it's such a demanding job just to jump into a car. You are a few months out of the car and jumping back into a fast rally. The really good thing for Andreas is that this is a kind of new rally for everybody. We've done this rally last year, but it's not like a rally been there for ages. So
yeah,
he can try to help on the psychological side with that in his mind that it's difficult for everybody.
1:09.7 is the time on the board. That is 6th fastest out of a total of 8 drivers that we had through so far. Welcome along to Shakedown at the CER Rally, penultimate round of the championship for 2024. Just one more to go after this.
Look who's back. Welcome back to the championship, Andreas. It's been a while since Poland. You've been super consistent in the car this year, but I'm guessing that you got your eye on a podium this weekend, maybe?
Yeah, it's been a long time, as you said. It's not easy to come back and push on a world championship level with these guys driving so much, but I will do my best this weekend for the team. We will try to push a lot harder than we did in Monte Carlo and Croatia. I have more time in the car now, so I feel, let's say, ready for it. It'll be a tough weekend, tricky stages, but we are looking forward.
And off he goes. Let's turn our attention then to Gregoire Munster, Louis Luca now. It was their second rally in a Rally 1 car last year when they got to CER. Finished in 7th position overall last year. He said during Chile, which was the first event he'd gone back to in a Rally 1 car, that he could feel the difference, he could really see the progress from one year to another, but also still see the elements that he needed to work on. Gregoire Munster through the super fast blast of Shakedown this morning.
I mean, 4 seconds doesn't sound too much, but it's only 2K, so it's more than 2 seconds per K, and that's quite a lot. So you must be steady this morning because it's quite a lot of time loss.
Greg, good morning. It's not often we have a stage that is over in just over a minute's time. It's the second time you're tackling this rally in this car. How well prepared do you feel?
Yeah, I mean, we were expecting a lot of cuts, mud, some tricky condition like we enjoy with Louis. I don't think it's going to be the case this weekend, but still back on tarmac and with this car, it's just unbelievable. Not the most representative shakedown, so we're not going to be based on this. We are way too soft for this one.
Yeah, we mentioned this over breakfast, didn't we, Ivan? The stage isn't absolutely representative of what they're going to see out there this weekend. But when you do have a stage that isn't representative, how do you deal with that then? Because you're still obviously finding out if your setup is right. You're still testing elements of the car, even if the stage isn't quite what you're expecting.
It's all about get going and enjoy, because you need to start the rally at some point and Shakedown when it's not representative. You just enjoy and checking everything's working and trying to get into a rhythm. It's such a short stage, so you struggle a bit to get in the mood, because all of a sudden you are at the flying finish. So it's just to start the rally, try to breathe and enjoy. I think the key on a morning like this is just to enjoy. You should have been testing the setup and everything before you arrive on Shakedown. So yeah, enjoy.
Just one word. This is what Jordan Soderidis will certainly do.
Like he always
weekend, like he always does, but it is his first taste of this event. So time-wise, then, it is still Thierry Neuville who is our fastest driver through with a 1:08.5.
Jordan, good morning. It's great to see you back in the Puma for this weekend. Never done this rally before. What are your impressions so far?
Well, it's asphalt also with this Puma. It's 2 years ago, so it will be fast. It changed, but we are happy to be with the M Sport guys.
Let's switch now then to WRC2. Now, we do have Oliver Solberg, Elliot Edmondson first up. They are scoring team points only this weekend, no driver points. They have done their maximum now in terms of their point scoring driver-wise for the weekend. So just scoring teams points out there in WRC2. Remember, it was Nicholas Siemer who was the winner in WRC2 last year with Eric Seiss in second and Kajetanowicz was third in this category.
Oliver, she's using the full width of the road at least.
Certainly the widest we've seen anyone come around that corner.
But if you're ending up half a meter from the edge of the road, you're too slow. So it's he's doing it the right way. Try to lean out all the time and compromise with the shortest way all the time and being good on the lines.
So that's our first Rally 2 time through to compare everyone else with. Let's get a handle on how Oliver is feeling ahead of a big weekend.
Oliver, good morning. You have no more point scoring events this season, so tell us a bit about your reasons for being here at this rally.
Well, I mean, it's important to get back into tarmac. I haven't done anything since Monte Carlo, so it's a bit weird, but it's nice to get back into it. I think it's good practice for next year. So, yeah, it's nice to do some extra rallies, and I'm grateful.
Let's take a look at Johan Rossel then and Florian Barral. Great result for them, of course, in Chile just a few weeks ago. And they are second overall in the WRC2 Championship. You can see that on your screen there, the points difference between the drivers. And for Rossel, he is scoring drivers' points here this weekend. So Solberg is out front on 123, Rossel on 111, Sami Pajari on 108.
And Sami will score points then in Japan.
That's right, correct.
Johan Rossel with a fresh painted new design on his helmet with Paw Patrol. I think
that's correct.
He promised his son that if he won in Chile, he will repaint his helmet to Paw Patrol.
And he has done it. Check out Johan Rossel's social media to see it, and we'll see a little bit of it now when he gets to the stop control. His son is delighted.
After 3 kids myself, I'm sick and tired of Paw Patrol, but I believe he will go through that.
It's a rite of passage, you know. If you're going to have kids, you're going to be exposed to all kinds of cartoons, as you are well aware, Ivan Brynildsen. Johan's got a big job in his hands this weekend, though. He needs to score a good amount of points here.
Johan, good morning. A big weekend ahead, but I want to talk about the helmet. You have to show us.
It's my second family when I am in my home. It's Marcus, Chase, Ruben, Stella. It's like my family.
And what did your son say?
I think it's happy. He don't understand very well. He think the helmet is for him, but it's a bit early.
I love the fact that he knows all the names.
Yeah.
Like you said, it is like my second family.
But it's true, it's Paw Patrol all the time from morning to evening, so it's you get to know them very well.
Ah, hilarious. Nikolai Gryazin now then, who is 4th in the championship. That's made me laugh quite a lot this morning. It's going to be, as ever, Ivan, you know, the WRC2 category is massively competitive. There's such a strong field of drivers contained within this category. It's a really hard one to call out there this weekend.
Yeah, and from the speed to judge from Rally Croatia, it's a rally you can compare with this rally in a way. It's both Nikolai and Johan Rossel, they were driving super fast, so we know that the Citroen is working really well on those type of conditions, and both Johan and Nikolai, they are fast drivers.
There we go, that is Nikolai through. Then you can see Rossel with the fastest time in WRC2, 1:11.9. Solberg a 10th behind that, and Nikolai Gryazin just 7/10 behind his teammate.
Nikolai, good morning. You already have a win on tarmac this year, so I'm guessing you're pretty confident about getting another one this weekend?
I think so, yeah. Just this stage difficult to judge. It's completely different one from the race itself. It's like proper Spain maybe. So you normally need completely different setup for this one. So just try through to see that the car working well. So it's fine.
Yeah, like we say, it's fun, and just try to see if it's working well, because the setup-wise, everything is completely different to what you're doing on the test to prepare yourself for this rally.
Kajetanowicz now then, who was 3rd overall here last year. We saw him just last weekend in Poland at the final round of the ERC. Of course, he was course car there. It was really special to speak to him, and he had such success as competing in Poland. He was a former ERC champion as well, and rallying around his region, you know, where his family were from. It was very special last weekend.
Yeah, he was just living a few k's away from the service park in Poland, so, and the stages. But now different conditions and different championship.
Yeah, very much so.
So as we can see, that some is just like taking it really easy, like Kaito is doing, checking everything, and just go through this shakedown in the morning and basically just checking everything's fine.
.4 seconds off the pace then of Johan Rossel. But yeah, visibly, you know, just as you said, making sure everything's fine out there.
Kaito, good morning. You had a great rally here this year. Tell me about the biggest challenges this weekend.
For me?
Yeah.
The break between last rally and this one on the tarmac.
What is it like getting back on the tarmac?
For me, it's always good. I mean, I like tarmac, but to be honest, I have not too much experience in last 3 years on the tarmac, on this surface, in this car. So it's gonna be a big challenge, and I want to focus on my job and try to find good feeling.
Yeah, it's a very important factor, one of which you already mentioned, the gap between the last tarmac round and now. It's a completely different mindset, isn't it? It's far more aggressive on tarmac. The precision has to be there. You can get away with some mistakes on gravel that you can't get away with here.
Yeah, and you need to change the driving style completely, just to be more relaxed now on tarmac and make the chassis roll really easy, and don't be too aggressive. Don't carry too much speed into the corner, and get as much speed out of the corner as possible. And on gravel you can be more brutal, and you can go more sideways, and you can carry more speed, and you don't need to think about the lines all the time. And so it's a different style of driving, and you need seat time.
Gus Greensmith now, who took 4th overall last year in the WRC2 category. There were many stories to tell within WRC2 last year. Let's find out how he's feeling after run 1.
Gus, good morning. That's run 1 completed. Time for some valuable seat time before Japan for you. What are you focusing on this weekend?
Yeah, just as you said, focus on Japan, try and get a good feeling for there, and then see how it goes. The shakedown's not very much like the rally, so we'll have to see.
Yeah, he's not scoring points here this weekend, driver-wise. Japan will be the final round for him, where he is, of course. Philip Marish now, a Czech driver who has a partial home event, as we see the stages in the Czech Republic represented, of course. We see Marish complete regularly on the ERC, so it's great to have him as part of WRC2 out there this weekend. He switched cars this year and has been in the Toyota Yaris from the start of the season. Took him a little while, as it has with many drivers, to adapt to a brand new car.
Yeah, it took some time for many drivers to adapt to the Toyota, but it seems like it's working fine when they're first getting into that way of driving, or the engine with the 3 cylinders. It takes some time to adapt, and it looks like Philip is now getting more friend with his new car.
Yeah, more at one with it. And that's Philip then through. And this will be the last car we show here at Shakedown this morning. So for the final time then, let's hear from our drivers. Let's cross out to Philip Marish.
Philip, good morning. It's great to see you back in WRC. How excited are you for the weekend? And it's also your rally here at home.
Yeah, for sure. It's an exciting moment for me because to be part of the WRC family in our home event, it's something special, and I hope we will enjoy the race.
Yeah, I'm sure you will do. We're keen to see what kind of times you could be posting against the WRC2 regulars out there. Well, stage classification for you then. Thierry Neuville and Martin Vidaga with the fastest time on the board on run 1, a 1:08.5, with Sami Pajari just 0.2 of a second behind that time. Then Elfyn Evans was 0.4 behind Ogier, 0.7. Then it's Tanak, Mikkelsen, Fourmaux, Katsuta, Rossel and Solberg. And then, of course, just outside the top 10, Munster, Gryazin, Greensmith, Philip Marish, who we just heard from, Serdarides and Kajetanowicz. Okay, now we're going to head out, and usually I would say we're going to the service park. Here we're in Germany, but we're actually heading to the Czech Republic to catch up with Kiri.
A very good morning from a remote shakedown service here in Prague. We really are crossing all of the borders this weekend. This weekend is going to be absolutely incredible. As your commentators were saying, Thierry Neuville with one hand on that trophy. Only Ott Tanak can hold him at bay. There is a mathematical chance for Elfyn Evans and Sebastian Ogier, but really it's his teammate that is the one that is going to hold him at bay this weekend. Let's have a look at the overall championship standings just to give you an idea of what is happening out there. So Thierry Neuville, 207 points. He just needs to score 2 more points than Ott Tanak this weekend to get the championship title that he has been waiting for so long. 178 points for Ott Tanak, then Sebastian Ogier with 166 and Elfyn Evans with 161. Those top 4 are in with a mathematical chance of that title, but it really is a very close battle between Thierry and Ott there. All right, well, there's plenty of stages coming up for you this weekend, 2 of which are going to come today, and we'll be at the start ramp as well from 1:15. Then tonight the stages will be from 3 o'clock until 7:15. That's stages 1 and 2. Then that stage 2 will be repeated in the morning as stage 3 on Friday at 7 o'clock. We're on air, and then we'll be off at about 8:15. Saturday 7:45 to 7 o'clock, and then Sunday 9 till 3, stages 15 to 18, including that illustrious Wolf Power Stage. stage. So that's how things are shaping up for the weekend. This remote shakedown service is going to continue for a bit, and we will see you at the start ramp in just a couple of hours. So for now, it is goodbye.